Jaya Kunja Bihari, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Very nice, Sunita Mataji. That was wonderful. So, devotees, we shall now read the most auspicious Mangala Charan. Is iPhone our Harini Mataji?
Yes, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Dandavat Pranam. All glories to Srila Prabhupada.
Please go ahead.
Om Agnana Timirandasya Gnana Jana Salakaya Taksur Unmilitam Ena Tasmai Sri Guruve Namaha Sri Chaitanya Manopistam Stapitam Ena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swa Padantikam Vandeham Sri Guru Yutapada Kamalam Sri Gurun Vaishnavamsha Sri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunatha Vitantam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanyam Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Sri Visaka Vitamcha He Krishna Karuna Sindho Dina Bandho Jagatpate Gopisa Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radha Vrindavaneshwari Vrisabhanu Sutadevi Pranamami Hari Priye Vanchakalpa Tarubhyascha Krupa Sindhubhya Ivacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadara Sri Vasadi Gaurabhakta Vrunda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Back to Prabhu. Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Dandavat Pranam.
Very nice recitation, Mataji. Very good.
Thank you so much.
So, devotees, we are in chapter 16. So, I'm sure all of us would remember Krishna is talking about, this chapter is obviously titled as the divine and the demoniac natures. That is what we are. It's a mixture. In the material manifestation, it's a mixture of the divine qualities and the demoniac qualities. For everybody, most. And there are some very elevated acharyas, they are not affected by it. For example, the Supreme Lord himself came 5,000 years ago. He came as Krishna himself, as Radha Shamasundar. And along with him came a lot of his associates. All the Brajavasis, they are not ordinary people. They are the highest of the highest. They all belong to spiritual platform. Then they come. They facilitate Krishna's pastime. That is their job. They don't have anything to do with material world at all, because they are in a much higher blissful state. It is like, why do you want to go to a contaminated, dirty place and stay there? Who want to stay like that for a few days? We don't want to go. It's a condemned place. So similarly for them, material world is condemned, but still they come. Why do they come? Like in a jail, in a prison, the governor is a very powerful of the state. He is the head of the state. But once in a while, he would visit the prison. And he will go with, he'll give some gift to all the prisoners. He will preach to the prisoners. He will say that, something bad has happened. You are all here. But there is a way out. At least try to be a good prisoner. Do your job. Don't get into more trouble. Sometime in prison also, let's say somebody gets a 5 years term, it can become 15 year or it can become life in prison because of their bad behavior, even within the punishment. They are put inside a prison as a punishment, but they misbehave again. And now, a shorter period of Their imprisonment now has become lifelong, or sometimes even death penalty. So similarly, it's a kind of a little harsh analogy, but that is what it is. This material world, we have been put here because our job, we do not belong to the material world at all. But the circumstances is like a jail. Our goal is how I can get out of this the best possible way. Let's say, again, going back to the analogy, somebody got 5 years imprisonment. If their behavior is impeccable, very good, the jailer will recommend. He would say that you would go to the governor. You would say, you know what? We have made a list of all the prisoners who are worthy to be mingled with the regular free people. Who are the free people? The spiritual world is the free entity. So that is our goal. And who can do that? Guru. Guru is the only person who can really recommend. Krishna can do it by himself. But when Guru does, like a jailer, when he goes and he will explain about each prisoner, he would have made a profile of each prisoner. Oh, Governor, some of these prisoners are very worthy. I think they have now corrected themselves. I guarantee that they are good to be the free, outside, free country. Otherwise, if they are just left out without being corrected, they will spoil the outside world. Nobody wants that. The jailer will be blamed. There will be a chaos. And the governor will also not like it. Krishna wants the spiritual world to be very, very nice, very smooth, just happy, blissful, dance, music, kirtan, and spend quality time with his devotees. That's what it is. That is the place for. So, similarly, we are kind of stuck here. So, Krishna has been telling that there are two categories of people, the divine people and the people with the demoniac nature. Devotees, do we remember what is the exact bifurcation? What is the segregation between the two? What is Krishna saying? What does that segregate? Do we remember, devotees?
So you are saying about the divine people, Prabhuji?
No, divine and demoniac, we know that, one is, he would not. The thing is that what does he mention? Who are those people who fall into, there is one thing he mentions in the initial beginning of the chapter.
Okay.
Anyhow, that is people who follow the Vedic injunction. That's the criteria. People who have known, who have understood, like we are right now reading Bhagavad Gita. Now we have to properly understand it and implement that. Then that's the starting point. That is the segregation, meaning, okay, now I understand what am I supposed to do. Otherwise, we are gone. We go to the lower level. At least we are somewhat fortunate that we at least understand I have a higher purpose in my life. There is an instruction. It comes from Krishna himself. It's called the Vedas. So Krishna is saying those people, those personality who can understand the Vedas and can follow, that's the difference. If you can follow that nicely, you can slowly move toward the divine quality. Otherwise, you're going to automatically fall into demoniac. Why? That is what is explaining one after one. If you do not follow, if you do not understand, if you're not able to implement the Vedic injunction, is giving one by one. So in 16.6, maybe yesterday, we read that Krishna is saying, there's the translation, perplexed by various anxieties and bound by a network of illusion, they become too strongly attached to sense enjoyment and fall down into it. Because they don't know what to do, what not to do. That's the problem. And where will you know what to do, what not to do? only through Vedas. And our Vedas are, and especially Bhagavad Gita, is the manual for life. It's given by Bhagavan, the Supreme Lord Himself. Right? So if you can somehow understand this without getting too much distracted, and then try to implement as much as possible, we can actually implement most of it. But we have to try. We are still not there. We are not fully purified. We are in the process. That's a great thing. Krishna says at least someone who has taken the shelter of the philosophy that, yes, there is an higher understanding, and I'm going to know as much as possible, and I'm going to implement that also. That's a great quality. And Krishna will facilitate. Once if you have the sincere, the intention. Okay. Krishna is called Bhava Grahi Janardana. That means if you have the right bhava, means that intention, that emotion, that mood. If you have that mood, Krishna, I don't know much, but I really want to understand whatever you have said in Bhagavad Gita and I want to follow. If you have that mood, Krishna will help you with everything else. Krishna will give you the intelligence. Krishna will give you the time. Krishna will give you the association. Krishna will provide you with everything. But you have to have that interest at least in your mind that, yes, Krishna, I really want to serve you. Okay. So having said that, devotees, why not we read 16, 17? Okay. That is today's. Who can read, devotees?
I can read, sir.
Oh, Dhruv Prabhu. Yes, definitely. Go ahead.
You want me to read the Atma?
Yeah, correct. Atma.
Okay, yes, sir. Atma Sambha Sambhaita Stabda Dana Mana Madan Vita Yajante Nama Yajnais Te Dam Dam Damhen Avidi Purvakam.
Very good, Prabhu. Dambena Abhidi Purvakam. Here, Dambena, if you can see this, Dambena Avidi Purvakam. Vidhi means regulations. Avidhi means without any, not following the regulation. Devotees, we can take two more. How about that? Two more devotees can read.
I can try.
Please, Prabhu.
Atma Sambhavita Stapta Dhanamana Madanvita Ajante Nama Yagnaste Dhambena Vidipurvakam. Thank you.
Very nice, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. I will try.
Please.
आत्मसम्भाविता स्तब्धा धनमानमदान्विताः यजन्ते नाम यज्ञस्ते दम्भेनाविधिपूर्वकम्.
Very nice, Mataji.
Prabhuji, can I try, Prabhuji?
Yes, sure. Why not?
Atma Sambhavita Stamda Dana Mana Madanvitha Yajante Nama Yajnaiste Dambena Vidhi Purvakam. Back to Prabhu. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Okay, very nice. Okay, devotees, now we shall read the synonym and translation. I'm seeing here Siddhi Mataji. Would you like to read, Mataji?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, sorry, was driving Prabhuji.
Okay, okay, sure. You're Haribol for joining. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Okay. How about our Raghu Prabhu?
Thank you. I can read. Hare Krishna, devotees. Atma Sambhavita, self-complacent. Stabda, impudent. dhanamana, dhanamana of wealth and false prestige. Mada in the delusion. Anvita, absorbed, yajante, they perform sacrifice. Nama in the name only, yagne, with sacrifices. Te, dambena out of pride. Aviti purvakam, without following any rules and regulations. Translation by Divine Grace, Sri Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, Jai Srila Prabhupada. Self-complacent and always impudent, deluded by wealth and false prestige, they sometimes proudly perform sacrifices in name only, without following any rules or regulations. Thank you.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Very nice, Prabhuji. Okay. Devotees, who can read the purport? I see our Arjuna Prabhu is here. Are you able to read, Prabhu? Okay. Maybe Vasant Prabhu, are you able to read?
Hare Krishna Prabhu, I can put my friend to drive here.
Okay.
Purport. Thinking themselves of all in all, not caring for any authority or scripture, the demoniac sometimes performs so-called religious or sacrificial rites, and since they do not believe in authority, they are very impudent. This is due to illusion caused by accumulating some wealth and false prestige. Sometimes such demons take up the roles of preacher, mislead the people, and become known as religious reformers or as incarnation of God. They make a show of performing sacrifices, or they worship the demigods, or manufacture their own god. Common men advertise them as God and worship them. And they are foolish. They are foolish. They are, and by the foolish, they are considered advanced in the principles of religion or in the principles of spiritual knowledge. They take the renounced order of life and engage in all nonsense in spiritual knowledge. No, nonsense in that dress. Actually, there are so many restrictions for one who has renounced this world. The demons, however, do not do not care for such restrictions. They think that whatever path one can create is one's own path. There is no such thing. There is no such thing as a standard path one has to follow. The word avidhi purvakam means a disregard for the rules of regulations is especially stressed here. These things are always due to ignorance and illusion. I cannot see anything.
Very nice reading, Prabhuji. Prabhuji, what's your name, Prabhu?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, my name is Santa Shiromani Das.
Okay, Hari Bol, Hare Krishna Prabhu. So you both are Prabhuji is driving, I believe, right?
Yes, Prabhuji is driving,
Okay.
and my eye also is little bit problem, so I cannot see properly.
No. You read very nicely, Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Prabhu,
Thank
would
you,
you
Prabhu.
like to add some of your thoughts on this?
Just say what you think about the verse that you read.
Yes, Prabhu.
Say what you thought about the verse that you read.
Okay.
Say something.
Yes, Prabhu, this is Prabhupada already said everything. So I think, what can I add? But I'm repeating that only. In India also, we saw so many bogus guru. Actually, Prabhupada said bogus guru in some lecture, because they are actually made themselves. They're making their own way, own path. They're not. They don't want to follow the rules and regulation, because following the rules and regulation is difficult. And also, for following some rules and regulation, we have to surrender to somebody else, and then we get knowledge. But they don't want to surrender anybody. They don't want to accept guru. This is the my thing. This is the main problem, because they don't want to surrender to anybody, and that their main motto is to become god or merge into the god or something, if possible better than god. That is their main motto, and it is because of pride only. So main thing, they don't want to surrender to anybody, and because of that they don't get the proper knowledge, and they are misleading themselves and as well as others people also. And common people, they don't have enough knowledge to discriminate who is proper, what is proper and what is not the main thing. So they're following whimsically anybody. If they see anything, something good, maybe some mystic power or some anything, they are following them. So they may create a lot of followers, but that is not important, because follower is not. Prabhupada said in some case, in some lecture also, if thousands of goat or goat maybe in India, we see the goat. So if thousands of goat follow some another goat, they made another goat their leader. So what is the big issue is there? They all will be andha. Jathande, one slok is there. Blind man is following another blind man like this, and both will fall in the ditch. So this is also happening to them. So okay, Prabhu, I think now you can elaborate it from more nicely. So we are waiting to hear you from you, Prabhu.
Very nice, Prabhu. You have very, very nicely summarized the essence of the verse and the purport. Yeah, it's true. Again, the reason why it is happening, first of all, the so-called bogus gurus, they are also not reading the Vedas properly. And even if they are not reading, the followers don't know anything. So it is just by whimsical experiences, no proper Shastra or understanding. Somebody gave, some guru came, maybe is little spiritual, but he gave maybe he gave you a flower, he gave you some fruits, and that day went very well for you. You got a job, you were going for interview, some sadhu gave you a fruit. Okay, it could be nice, but we have to see how these things are happening. Who is the ultimate? These are all relative things that happen to us in this material world. They are all relative things. But a knowledgeable person who has read the Shastras properly, devotees, what are the at least three things that is needed to read the Shastra properly? What are those three things? Shastra itself is, we need to know. But to be knowledgeable, what are the three things?
You mean Guru, Sadhu, and Shastra?
Yeah, definitely. Absolutely correct. So we need a guru who can explain, and it should have been kind of written by a sadhu. That becomes Shastra. And where it is coming from, the sadhu has realized this from the Supreme Lord himself, from God. It's not man-made. Once if it is man-made, it cannot be spiritual. Because this material world is only matter. That's why it's so difficult to understand spirituality, because the material manifestation does not understand spirituality. Only our consciousness, by the mercy of our Guru, that's why we read the Mangalacharan, Om Magyana Timirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Shakshurun militamena tasmai guruve namaha. Why we are reading that? Because that Guru is removing all the darkness. Guru, the Sanskrit word Guru has got two components. Gu means darkness. Ru means remover. That's the Guru who removes all the illusions, doubts, whimsical speculations. He would remove everything and he will enlighten the uh, disciple. That is the main purpose of Guru. But that's not happening anymore. Gurus are all, because Guru also has not read properly. But these are all the qualities of Kali Yuga also. This is what happened. So, but once if we know, there has to be a Guru, proper bona fide Guru. Who is a bona fide Guru? Evam parampara praptam. Who comes in some parampara. So, for example, if it is our Krishna consciousness, we have a very nice, strong parampara. From Krishna himself to Brahma, to Madhvacharya, to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, to all our other Guru Maharaj. So there is a very nice connection. Similarly, in some other religion also you can find. But most of today's religion, everybody, if you look at the Guru, they're all self-proclaimed Gurus. If you ask him, who is your Guru? He might say, somebody, XYZ. And who was his Guru? Oh, that I don't know. But in our case, we can start from Krishna. And we can call upon all the Gurus. We have a Guru, very nice parampara picture also with all the, and that is only the major Acharya. In addition to that, there are hundreds and thousands of other Acharyas who have worked in this Krishna consciousness. So that is what is called intelligence. And this intelligence Krishna has given to everybody. So, as Prabhuji was explaining, that if you're not going to pay attention, this is what will happen. Right now, today's world, if you have wealth, you can manage most of the things. At least materially, it seems like. Even the Guru will come to your house. Guru will even change the Shastra for you because you have the money. Right? The Bhagavatam, one of the symptoms of Kali Yuga is that Bhagavatam says, educated people, illiterate spiritually, they will only rule all the spiritual platform. All the religion will be taught by irreligious people. That is exactly, even right now we can see that's what is happening. Why it is happening? They have not read it. Once they read it nicely, they will understand, okay, my job is something else. I'm not really going to be worried about making wealth and false prestige. I have millions of followers. And then the followers are also not reading properly because they don't have time, they don't have the interest. They're thinking that, okay, let me listen 15, 20 minutes. YouTube. First, initially, they used to listen to the 15, 20 minutes YouTube videos. Nowadays, it has become 45 seconds YouTube short, reel. That's it. How can you learn from reel? Most of the spiritual knowledge today, people are learning it from TikTok. And it's 30 seconds each video. And in that video, they're saying so many things. Srila Prabhupada used to say, the cheater is a sinner because he has cheated somebody. And the person who got cheated is also a sinner. In Shastra, per Shastra, like in driving, devotees, sometimes when somebody hit and run or somebody hits you, in some of the states, you are also responsible. Whether he has got insurance or not, you will get a ticket also. Because maybe sir, you had some role to play in that. So a cheater, it does not mean you cannot plead ignorance. Oh, I got cheated, I was so nice. I was so naive. Devotee's job is not to be naive, to be cheated. Devotee's job is to be very intelligent, very cautious, very alert. And then that's why you have to ask questions. Not asking question all the time, but clear up all your doubts, like Arjuna did. We are in chapter 16 now. In chapter 18, Krishna would ask him. He would not ask whether you are going to fight or not fight. Krishna can take care of it. He would only ask, Arjuna, are all your doubts clear? Asamsaya. Because it started with doubt. Arjuna had so many doubts, lamentation. He was not able to properly think. See, once if this doubt is Om Agyana Timirandasya, once if this doubt is removed, everything, now you can see everything very clearly. Yes, now I understand what Krishna is trying to say. Krishna wants me to develop the divine qualities. How do I do that? Just follow the Guru, whatever instruction Guru gave. And whatever Shastra Guru asks you to read them. And whatever Guru said that follow this principle. Our founder Acharya, Srila Prabhupada, has already given that. He said that chant. Definitely 16 rounds is definitely preferable, but chant, whether it is 4 rounds or 8 rounds or whatever it is, chant. Try to connect with Krishna. Follow the 4 regulative principles. Why? Because if you're not going to follow some regulation, the Vedic injunction, then you will follow, obviously you will be cheated. So you have to follow. For example, if you are going to go to the gym and if you want to make some good body, if you want to build up your body, you have to follow some regulation. You cannot be sleeping 15 hours and just go to gym for half an hour and you see, I want to build up. It doesn't work like that. The diet has to be good. Your lifestyle has to be good. Your sleep has to be, everything has to be. That is what Srila Prabhupada has given us. Lead a healthy, very nice devotee lifestyle. Don't gamble. Don't eat meat. No intoxication. No unnecessary relationship. Illicit means not only just you get into something outside the Vedic injunction, but don't get into relationship that is not going to be helpful in your spiritual path, advancement. Don't do that. Okay. And gambling does not necessarily mean going to casino. Gambling of anything. During the day, we might be mentally gambling about so many things. Shall I talk to this person, that person? Don't do all those things. Talk to anybody who is positive and can help you in advancing in your Krishna consciousness. That's it, simple. Right? So like this, we can contemplate. Devotees always have to contemplate. You don't have to compare all the time. How is the other devotee? Yeah, you be inspired. Always be inspired by devotees, by seniors. But you don't have to compare all the time. Oh, he's doing. No, everybody has got an opportunity to enjoy this journey, be in this path of Krishna consciousness nicely. So each of these verses, when we read, you think about that and see how am I acting? How are my activities? Am I able to follow Krishna's instruction nicely? Or am I becoming one of those, fake, false prestige, and just by accumulating some wealth, and doing it with a lot of ego? And are we just doing it, the religious sacrifices and ritual just for namesake? Or we are doing it for Krishna? This we have to ask every moment, not just once in a while. Every activity. In a day, I don't know, research says that we get almost like on an average 30 to 40,000 thoughts. 40,000. And 95% of them are junk. Toxic thoughts. It has got no value at all. Repeated thoughts. Keep clean. And these kind of, devotee association, reading Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, will clean up all those things. Now you will see, wow, my brain is, no fog. My brain is very clear. I'm able to concentrate now much better. I'm able to perform very nicely. So devotees, that is what it is, But this Kali Yuga is very difficult. But there is a hope for the devotees. That is what is the beauty of Bhagavad Gita. Krishna says, my devotees shall never perish. Name bhaktaya pranasyati. That my devotees shall not go wrong because they understood, they're trying to follow my instruction, I will take care of them. But that much of effort we should do, devotees. So here Krishna is saying, avidhi purvakam, meaning, but most of the people today, they don't have any respect for rules or regulation. They don't care at all. If you go to New York, devotees, you're going to follow the city's rules and guidelines. It's not the same. It may be very different. What happens in lower Manhattan may not happen in upper Manhattan. The traffic, the speed limit is different. Right? But if you say, no, I will just go and get it, you will be penalized. Krishna says, if you do not listen to me, you will be penalized by the law of karma. But he does not interfere. If you're not going to seek the help of Krishna, he will allow you to do whatever you're doing within a limited capacity. That's why people ask, if God is there, why he is not helping? God is helping. Did you ask for his help? Did you call for him? Did you call like Draupadi called? Oh Govinda, oh Dwarakadis, oh Krishna, come and help me. Did we call? Do we call Krishna when we are in some doubt or in some stress? We don't do it. We don't call him. We are thinking, I'm going to take care of everything myself. My friend will help me. So that's the issue, devotees. We have to somehow understand what Krishna is saying and take the help of Krishna's instruction, take the help of senior devotees, take the help of. But in Krishna consciousness path, everything is very nicely laid out. Our Jai Srila Prabhupada. Prabhupada has given everything nicely. What time you wake up? What do you do after you wake up? What do you eat then? And then what do you do? Everything until your late evening. Everything is very nicely scheduled. Especially if you're attached with a temple, morning program, afternoon program, evening program, night program. Everything is, otherwise brahmacharis won't be able to concentrate. But they have understood the beauty of Krishna consciousness. Devotees, any more thoughts? Any comments? I'm seeing Sairam Prabhuji is here. Any thoughts, Prabhuji? Or Krishna is saying here that self-complacent and always imprudent. Self-complacent meaning somebody who is thinking that it's a kind of a false satisfaction. Oh, I have achieved something, but it is not, if you really look at it, it's superficial. He's not happy. But he's just cheating himself that, no, I've become a very popular person in my community. Right? So, Sairam Prabhu, any thoughts on this?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. I joined late. Sorry for that. Prabhuji, when you find something you feel like happy, you should not find another thing which makes you more happy. There is no end for that. Until you find the very high end supreme, where there is no comparable that you can find to makes you happy. And that is what that is what I mean. In present world, Prabhuji, any small thing you say that I'm happy. So the definition of happy and the scope of happiness has become limited. That's what making everybody into the false impression of doing that. When you get trapped by the satisfaction, it means that your mind will not show any interest to grow any further. So that is where we all getting stuck, and that is where we all need this knowing about Krishna and bhakti and devotion to find the ultimate happiness, where you don't even forget even after you die. That happiness should be following you, not leaving it here until you be alive. That is kind of happiness we need.
But it mandatory we should have bhakti, no, Prabhuji.
Yes, Mataji. It's whether it's a mandate or not. What I'm trying to say is, when you define happiness in the right way, then you move in the right direction. If I define having an 80-inch TV with a home theater at home, it makes you feel happy because I have a big home. Tomorrow you shouldn't be finding a 100-inch TV and say that, I only have 85. That is not called happiness. What I'm trying to say is, by reading Bhagavad Gita, by knowing about Krishna, by traveling into the devotional channel, it will help you to put in the right direction where you can find the ultimate definition of the happiness. So so you should not be like Prabhuji said, the YouTube knowledge just become speak like an experts. They will start giving the lectures, not the the people don't even go to far extent to listen what Supreme God says. They only feel happy what YouTube star says, right? So you have to make sure you improve your knowledge towards the divine, to find the ultimate definition of happiness, and thrive to achieve and stay focused and connected until you reach that happiness, and that happiness travel with your soul, not the body. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Well said, Prabhu. The problem with the today's world is that everybody is defining happiness in their own way. You enter a store, there are like 50 aisles. Everything is, they say, this is happiness.
Right.
Everything has got multiple brands. One is better than other. Anything from sugar to salt to, whatever hot drink, cold drink, whatever you have, multiple items.
And alcohol, people are more happy
Alcohol,
taking
yeah,
alcohol
yeah.
also, Prabhuji.
Yeah. But the question is that is what this society, the modern world is saying. This is where you will find happiness. So, again, we got to go back to the initial instruction in this chapter by Krishna. Krishna has said that the thing that segregate these two groups, the divine and the demonic, is the divine one, they follow the injunction, the Vedic injunction. That's the criteria in this chapter, devotee. Otherwise, we won't know. Like Sairam Prabhuji was saying, you can keep on going aisle after aisle for happiness, but then you come up with the board saying that, hey, all this God has got cholesterol, don't smoke, it will cause you, cancer. Like this, if you start reading, intelligent person will understand from that, oh, no, I'm not going to go into this aisle anymore. Okay? I'm just going to go to the place where they sell fruit.
And smoking, Prabhuji, people are more happy smoking, hanging up, and all these things, Prabhuji, more
Yeah, that is
happy.
because the business, the material, the greediness. What are the three things? Kama, Krodha, Lobha.
Loda.
So the greediness causes all this thing. I want more and more and more. So, but person who has taken the help of Shastra, the Vedas, now he has got the blessings from the Guru, from the Sadhu, and the Shastra itself. Shastra is Krishna. Now he is able to make a good judgment. He knows what is happiness. He would say, hey, yeah, all these acharyas, ages after ages, the kings, the Maharathis, the Maharishis, they've all gone through that. But they've understood where is happiness. I'm going to follow them. Rather than just some, mediocre advertisement that said this is where you will find happiness, whether it is cigarette or smoking or alcohol or meat eating. It's all created by the modern society, right? When at least when I was, I would say when I was 10, 15, in India, there weren't so many stores. There was just one store, that's it. And mostly vegetarian only you will find that. Mostly. And that time also people used to eat meat. I'm not saying it suddenly happened, but it has increased now.
Right.
In India, 60-70% people used to be vegetarian. Now it has become 30%. How did this happen in a span of 60-70 years, devotees? It is the way the world is moving along. That they say that, hey, eat this, it will give you protein. The grains can give you all the protein. The milk can give you.
Yes, protein comes in different, different, food also, Prabhuji, different vegetables. So not only the meat. I don't know why do they say chicken is a protein. Why? I don't know. But it's like killing the animal and you're eating. I don't know. I don't think
There is a business there.
there's a business, yes.
Right. These are all multi-billion-dollar business. You make a lot of money. Somebody is killing, he is making money. Somebody is distributing, he is making money. So this is why entire thing has become a business. Sense gratification. No place for Krishna. Whereas we should be very, very grateful to Krishna for giving us everything to us. Krishna has given everything. How we are able to breathe? Are we not ever, have we, the devotees, do we every day thank Krishna? Krishna, how wonderful you are. I'm able to see. I'm able to hear. I'm able to speak. I'm able to feel. I'm able to think about you. You've given such a wonderful tool. But people don't want to do all those things. They want to be carried away by this material condition. That's what this chapter is all about. When you don't have the knowledge comes from Shastra. Shastra is properly given by the Sadhu and the Guru. And we have everything very nicely laid out. Sadhu has given a fantastic Vedavyas, has given everything very nicely. Our Acharya, Srila Prabhupada, has given us like in a golden plate what you are supposed to do. You don't have to go anywhere. Like today, anything you have a problem, people will rush to chat GPT. Let me go and check. Okay, I'm not finding, I don't know, even if you don't find a pen or any basic thing, where do I buy a plastic bag? Immediately, where can I buy a plastic bag? ChatGPT will come and tell you, hey, go to all these stores. But Srila Prabhupada, before all this technology thing, he has laid out everything very nicely, which is practical, which is very efficient, which is very beneficial. That is what is success in spiritual path. We don't have to mess around with that at all. It is time tested. What Krishna has spoken, devotees, Bhagavad Gita, is eternal. It is just not for 2016 or 1990 when some people, nothing like that. It's eternal. The false prestige also, Raman also had a false prestige. Yeah. So, Dhruv Prabhu, you want to say something on what is happening in today's world?
Yeah, sure. Like you were saying, like a lot of people, like TikTok affects their brains so much. They get this dopamine in their head, dopamine spike, and yeah, my generation is like so much into these young kids from 13 to their late 20s. They're into TikTok and all these kids, and now it's like, it's not even cigarettes, it's weed smoking. A lot of people, they smoke weed, and yeah, so it's a crazy world.
Yes, when Srila Prabhupada came, the Western country, especially the USA, There was a big social turmoil was happening. People were mostly, they were under drugs. No, most unregulated society was there at that time. They left school, they left colleges, they became what is called the hippies. No regulation at all. You can mingle with any man, can mingle with any woman, woman can mingle with any man. No regulation at all. They thought that is where his happiness is. They thought that I'm not happy with one person. Maybe I need multiple partners in my life. And I don't want to go to school. Why do I have to go to school? Why do I have to go to college? I don't see much benefit there. So this was the society then in the 60s. That is when Srila Prabhupada lands in New York in the midst of this turmoil. And he gives what did he give to all those people? He said that higher taste. He said that I know, friends, you are all looking for happiness. Whether you are wanting to intoxication, alcohol, whatever you call it, cigarette, smoking, weed, I understand. You're all looking for happiness. Why you are looking for happiness? That is the quality of the Jivatma. Jivatma is not satisfied with this material condition at all. So don't try to give artificial happiness to the Jiva. Don't try that. It will become depressed. It will become stressed out. It will become anxious.
First of all, people don't realize, Prabhuji. That's what I feel like.
So the best way to give happiness is
To
Ananda. Who is the owner of Ananda? Krishna.
Krishna.
Satchitananda.
Krishna.
Yeah.
Yes.
So we seek his help, his mercy to be happy. That is why Srila Prabhupada said higher taste. The book Devotees in ISKCON, the recipe book many of us would have seen. It is called Higher Taste. And what an amazing transformation our Srila Prabhupada did. All the meat eating, intoxicated, unregulated lifestyle, he all changed it. Very short span of time. Thousands and thousands. Now it is millions. How? Because he gave them the higher taste, he showed them the real happiness. From relative happiness to absolute happiness. Many took that very nicely, seriously. And now many of them are, living example, role model as our Guru Maharaj all over ISKCON. Hundred plus of Guru Maharaj are still as a living example. They would tell you, they will vouch for you what happened in the 60s, mid 60s, how Prabhupada came, how Prabhupada changed their life. Immediately. 2 months, 3 months, 6 months, 1 year, their life was changed. They said that we are not looking back anymore. So devotees, any more final thoughts? We got 3 more minutes. Maybe. Sunita Mataji, you want to say something?
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Thank you so much for beautifully explaining. From this purport, so I will say in one line that so we should be more vigilant that which spiritual guru we are selecting, Prabhu, since there are many more bogus gurus themselves. They are saying they are themselves the God, and we don't have to follow any any scriptures and all. That's what, Prabhu. So we should more careful that which guru we are following and which scriptures and our sincere devotion to attain the real spiritual understanding, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Absolutely. That's why Krishna is using Avidhi Purvakam. How about Raghu Prabhu? Any final closing comments, Prabhu?
I think you explained everything very well. I just want to say that, the demoniacs, they don't follow any rules and regulations with the overcome. So they have their own religion, But then we find, and then they say that the Vedas and everything are all the Mahabharata and Ramayana, all these are just a mythology. You hear that very common from a lot of people. But if it's mythology, everything that you read here makes a lot of sense. The qualities of a divine person, the qualities of the terrible qualities of a demoniac, all the descriptions, it makes perfect sense. When you read it, it really feels very good. So I think that them saying it's a mythology is a total myth and a nonsense. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Yes. Here Krishna is saying, Dana Mana, of wealth and false prestige. Today's world is mostly, wealth gives you, at least it seems like, it gives you a lot of power. Everybody, if you have money, everybody will, fall at your feet. It's become the norm of this Kali Yuga. It is like that only. It's a degraded yugas. But as we read a few days ago, the Chaitanya Charitamrita, there is an amazing opportunity in this Kali Yuga, despite all this, challenges and miseries. That is, the devotional service is much easier, and we can easily connect with Krishna, not like the Satya Yuga. In Satya Yuga, you have to connect with Krishna, you have to do tapasya for maybe 15, 20,000 years. And Krishna will appear. But here, within a very short span of time, just by chanting, you can connect with Krishna. You are able to see Krishna, you can talk to him. That is the communication. That is the beauty of this. The best, if at all, one good thing of the Kali Yuga is that the devotional service can be done very, very, in a short span of time, very easily it can be done. It's not tough. We don't have to do 20,000 years of penance. Sometimes in the mountains, sometimes inside the water. All those saints used to do that in those Satya Yuga time. Why? I just want to get one glimpse of Krishna, one glimpse of Vishnu. But here, just by chanting. So devotees, let us chant one time. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Rama
Rama
Rama,
Rama,
Hare Hare.
Hare Hare.
Yes, our Arjuna Prabhu has one question, then we will conclude.
But this is a very beautiful lecture today, which is very important, Prabhuji. Thank you so much for your wonderful lecture today. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Arjuna Prabhu, please go ahead.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Thank you so much for giving class. I couldn't really pay so much attention, but I have my really good friend here. He's a very nice devotee. So I think the demons, it's sometimes very unfortunate to get out of the ignorance, because like in the Shastra says that the ignorance is so hard to, it's the hardest to leave, because it's so easy to, it's easy to take, but it's hard to leave. And the more goodness is the opposite, hard to take, but easy to leave. But the thing is, like a lot of people are in the more ignorance because they don't know any better. So we have, like I was just saying yesterday, we have a lot of work to do. We have a lot of people to inspire, influence, and give a lot of nectar to them. But it's gonna take a lot of time. So chanting, it definitely helps. It helps cleanse our mind, and it also helps them to become closer to devotional service. But thank you so much. Like watching deities is just, it gives you like such an amazing energy. So I'm gonna try to come tomorrow so I can be in the temple.
Okay. Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Haribol to you, and also bringing Dhruv Prabhu along with you. Hare Krishna. Thank you so much. Devotees, have a wonderful Krishna consciousness evening. Think about Krishna as much as you can. All you have to do is to just make an attempt to think about Krishna, and rest Krishna will do it. Okay? So, Vancha Kalpatrabhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavnabhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.